Hi, this is Matt Martell with Access, and I'm here with Sarah from the Ice Creamsmith in Dorchester. Sarah, can you tell us a little bit about the Ice Creamsmith and the shop?
Sure. So my parents actually opened the shop in 1976. My dad had been laid off from his job and was trying to figure out what he was going to do next, and he saw an ad in the newspaper for some used ice cream equipment, and they found this location, which was pretty small and pretty much an empty shell, and was cheap because it wasn't in the best neighborhood at the time. And he and a friend rented it, built it out, got the equipment in, and started up an ice cream business without really knowing much of anything about ice cream or how to make ice cream. And gradually, over a few years, my mom eventually quit her job and came on full time, and they bought out the partner, and they've been here ever since. So that was almost 43 years ago now. Yeah. And so my husband Chris and I took it over from my parents about 5 years ago so that my parents could ease themselves into retirement and we could continue the business on for the next generation.
So what was it like when you and your husband first took over the business?
It was tricky. It was tricky because we had to figure out how to adapt things the way my parents had been doing them for a way that worked for us. And my parents had to figure out how to ease themselves out of being here every day and having control over everything. So it was definitely tricky, and over the course of these past few years, we've figured out ways to make things work for us, and my parents have taken a step back and are enjoying retirement a lot now. We basically just switched jobs because now they babysit our kids. And we can come to work. So it's been great. Obviously, growing up with my parents in this business, I felt like I knew, everything about it and how it was run and how it all worked. But once we took over, I realized that my perspective of it as a kid was completely different from the actual day-to-day of running a business and paying taxes and hiring employees and managing inventory and all of that stuff. So we figured it out. I think we're in a good rhythm now and everything's running smoothly. It's wonderful to be able to take over a business that's established and already has a loyal following, a loyal customer base, and has been in a neighborhood for so long. We haven't had to be a startup or break into an industry or break into a neighborhood. So that's a wonderful perk to have had.
It's a lot more than scoops and sprinkles.
It is.
Just going into it.
It is.
What do you love most about this neighborhood? We're in Lower Mills, Dorchester here.
I love how it is such a small town feel, but in the middle, or at least at one end of the big city. And over the course of the time that our business has been here, the neighborhood has changed dramatically, and we've seen it happen, and it's really blossomed in such an organic and wonderful way. And now there's local people who own small businesses here who care about the neighborhood and are very invested in it, and that's wonderful. We know all the other business owners around here. We know a lot of our customers by name. If we don't know their name, we at least know their regular order. So we can talk about them as like the guy who gets the 2 coffee fraps every day. There's not real. Don't tell anyone that that's a real person. Nobody does that. But it's just wonderful to be in a neighborhood where you feel like people know each other, but you have still access to the city and all of the other wonderful things that Boston provides.
So you said you guys have been open since 1976. How do you think you've been able to stay open this long and retain customers?
Well, the business model itself is pretty simple. It's really just make a quality product, have consistent service, and don't have much frills or fanfare. So when you boil it down to those things, and you are in a neighborhood like this where there are so many families and you have tourists who are coming through, but you also have people who have lived here for their whole lives. We have a lot of customers who came here when they were kids, and now they're bringing their kids or their grandkids. So I think the consistency of all of that helps so much, and just We haven't changed the recipes for how they were when they started in 1976 because we know they're good and that's what people like. And we're just trying to make sure that we keep the quality of our product high and have a friendly staff and have a fun experience for customers when they come in.
So Sarah, tell me, what are some of your other favorite establishments in the neighborhood?
Well, we're so thrilled to have all of these other restaurants opening because it gives us so many more options when we're leaving here. We don't live far away, so we walk over here with our family for dinner all the time. We love the taqueria next door. When I come in here in the morning and it smells like chips and tacos, it's really hard to wait until they open in the evening. I wish they opened for lunch so I could order them for lunch. But there's so many great places now. Bread, the burger place up the street, and the Lower Mills Tavern, and now the Bowery and Sweet Life, and there's a great park with a fun playground up the road as well. There's so many wonderful assets to the neighborhood that makes it really fun to be a business owner and a neighbor here, and fun to be a part of and contribute to as well. Hopefully we're adding something of value.
Awesome.
We have our ice cream available at the Lower Mills Tavern on their menu, and I think one of the reasons that the taqueria doesn't serve dessert is so they can just kick people over to us at the end of their meal.
You can walk right over.
Yeah, so it's a really nice combination of so many things.
Tell me, what's the top selling ice cream? And then I want to know what your favorite one is personally.
Yeah, our top seller is vanilla by far, like 10 to 1. But I think it's mostly because we have all the mix-ins, all the candies that you can add to it. So a lot of people order vanilla as a base and then add Reese's Cups or Oreos or Skittles or whatever other crazy things they add, or all of the above. So we sell vanilla, we just can't keep up with it. My favorite personally is every August we make peach. And it's so good. It is just like heaven in your mouth. It's delicious. But every single month we make 3 special flavors that are sort of seasonal, and every month they're all fantastic. It's hard to choose a favorite. This month we have a salted caramel pretzel with chocolate covered pretzels and a salted caramel ice cream. So good. So we have the basics all the time, and then every month we have these fun seasonal flavors that change. So even though we're really small, we don't have a ton of space to have 100 flavors in stock all the time, because we have the candies that you can mix in. There's a lot of options and a lot of combos, and we try to keep it interesting. And lately, the past couple of years, Chris and I have been making one batch of just like whatever crazy flavor we can come up with, and that's been really fun too, just to keep people on their toes and try new things. Make it interesting for us too.
Definitely.
So, but the vanilla is really good. It is a really good vanilla, so I can understand why people like it so much.
Thanks again, Sarah, for having us. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you come check them out, the Ice Creamsmith in Dorchester, Lower Mills.
Perfect.